We're here at SEMA 2022, and I'm here with Dave at the Power Probe booth. Can you go ahead and walk me through what a Power Probe is and what it's all about?
Sure. Power Probe combines the functions of a test light, a circuit tester, and it also has the ability to actually apply power and ground to power up components and test them dynamically, right from the same tool you're testing with.
All right, so can you go ahead and give me a rundown?
Yeah, I'm going to use our newest Power Probe Maestro that has Bluetooth so you can see the readings a little better up here. Because it's such an all-in-one tool, I can do complete testing all from one spot. Almost everything is controlled by a relay nowadays on vehicles. I can go right to that relay socket. I can check power coming in. Actually, let me flip the screen so you can read it. Okay, I've got power on the right pins. There's my control signal for the relay, grounding it. So the last pin is the component that I can fire up by applying power from the tool. That's activated my fan. So I've analyzed everything on that circuit. I'm going to turn the speaker off here real quick and flip the screen back over. Last thing I need to check is the relay itself. We've got a little ground lead. I can put on one side of the energizing coil. We'll power up the other side. Should hear the relay click. So real quickly, because you can activate the components themselves, I've tested every aspect of that circuit, including the relay itself.
So traditionally, we would probably use something a little bit more old school, like a digital multimeter. In your words, would you say that this is probably a little bit more useful than a multimeter?
Yes, multimeter will give you readings, but you're not going to be able to power up components and stuff, which I kind of call dynamic testing. You're actually operating the component. Testing with an ohm meter might tell you if you have an open or something, but it's not going to tell you things like if it's sticking, dragging, heating up under use, which actually dynamically powering the device will.
So aside from relays, what other components could you test with the Power Probe?
Well, the circuit breakers can provide up to 8 amps continuous, 20 amps of inrush current, so actually just about anything. Fuel pumps, cooling fans, window motors, you name it, pretty much any component on the car I'll be able to activate.
So you don't necessarily have to be at the fuse panel. You can go directly to a fan, you can go directly to a window motor, you can go directly to a windshield wiper motor and just apply the power and ground. You can check for power, check for ground. Am I understanding that correctly?
Correct. And with the auxiliary ground leads on the Power Probes, you're able to provide power and ground. If you have a component on the bench in your hand, you can test those before you even install them.
So I see that it's got a little light on it. Some people would compare that to a test light. Is this not similar to a test light?
The red and green lights will tell you positive and negative, but under certain conditions. Because the tool is connected to the battery, it's always comparing tip voltage to the battery you're connected to. If it sees a difference of more than half a volt, you'll still get a reading, but you won't get the red light and the tone. So no tone, low light alerts you there's some voltage drop in the circuit already. So that's what we call automatic voltage drop detection.
So the little red and green lights, those are actually probably better than a test light.
Correct.
Because not only will it tell you power, it'll also tell you ground.
Correct. So here's a good tip. Checking fuses, one of the most common things you're probably going to do with any test light. You should see, whatever it is, red or green on both sides if you have a good fuse. See, this one we know definitely has an open. But here's a tip. While you're on that fuse, before you replace it, go ahead and apply power here. My component's working. It's not causing the circuit breaker to trip on my Power Probe, so I know there's no short on that circuit right now, so I can go ahead and replace that fuse.
I saw on display that it actually reads whatever battery voltage is, right? So if it's 12 volt battery, it'll be a 12 volt system. So if it's a 12 volt system, you probably won't be able to like apply it to any kind of computer like sensors and stuff, right? Unless you really want to cause some damage.
You could potentially, I always say you should know the circuit you're working on, have the schematics out in front of you. If you're not sure, do not pull that trigger because you could cause some damage. If you want to be safe about it, we do have what's called a 5 volt adapter that you can put in between the tip and the tool. Knocks it down from battery voltage to no more than 5 volts and limits the current to 150 milliamps. So it makes it safe for working around sensor circuits, energizing sensors, computer circuits, that kind of stuff.
That's actually really cool. So I see that you just brought out a new accessory. What is that?
We sell piercing probes in a couple of sizes. This is our small diameter, and then we have one for larger gauge wires. But it simply screws onto the wire, won't pierce all the way through, protects the insulation, gives it a really fine hole. What most people aren't aware of, on all the power probes, this tip comes out, standard 4mm banana jack connection, so you can put extension leads, different kinds of back probe, piercing, spade adapters to really increase the usability and adaptability of the power probe to the circuit you're testing. Now, piercing is not recommended by any OEM, so be sure to reseal any holes with proper liquid tape or sealant if you do any wire piercing.
Moisture can definitely get in there, I bet. I'm sure that would cause a lot of problems in the future if they don't take care of that. But what I see when I see that little tool is probably like, you know how the harnesses are sometimes really tightly wound. It's got like a sharp tip. You could probably go in there, maybe dig something out, and then test it to make sure whether or not maybe you have continuity or something like that. Do you think it would be useful for that?
In real world situations, like I said, nobody recommends wire piercing anymore. But the reality is, this is our #1 seller, so there's a lot of people doing it. I'm just saying, if you're gonna do it right. It is definitely a time saver for you, all you flat rate guys especially. If you're gonna do it, be sure to reseal it. Do it right.
Probe booth, I really appreciate your time.
Great. Thanks, sir.